November 6th, and I'm glad that you took time out to be here. I definitely want to give a big shout out to my folks in the Caribbean who are dealing with the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. Really devastated the island of Jamaica, and also other countries in the Caribbean. So let's make sure we keep those folks in your prayers. And definitely want to give a quick shout out to all of our listeners, man. Definitely appreciate you guys. You guys have been tuning in every week. We've been adding new listeners every single week, and we're glad to have you guys here. So thank you for tuning in to the Wealth Code Unlocked. I'm AC the Money Guy. And, today we're just going to dive into it a little bit and, chop it up. It's been a lot going on in the last week or so. So we weren't here last week, so we missed you guys. So we're glad to be back. But, man, this week, this government shutdown, man, that's been really crazy. It's been a lot of stuff going on with that. Even the military is not sure if they're getting paid on the 15th of the month. Folks who are on SNAP benefits, unfortunately, there's some stuff going back and forth. So I believe they're going to fund that at 65% this month. But it's a lot going on. So keep your friends and family lifted up in prayer. Folks are going through a lot these days. So definitely appreciate that. So we got the government shutdown going on. The Fed is cutting rates again, and Wall Street's partying while Main Street's praying for relief. The stock market is going crazy, but Main Street is suffering a little bit. So welcome back to the Wealth Code Unlocked, where we decode what's happening in DC and how it affects your dollars. And so it's not just about the shutdown. The SNAP benefits are in the courts. All kind of lawsuits going on. Various states filing lawsuits. People are not feeling good about that. And in addition, we got student loan forgiveness under fire. It seems like everybody's catching it right now. So, just a little bit of what's going on. And Chicago is in the middle of a legal storm, but we got you covered with clarity and solutions. So we're going to talk about how to protect your wallet, prepare your business, and stay ahead no matter what happens in Washington. And we'll tell you why 6 months of reserves and a strong capital stack are your new survival tools. So you're locked into the Wealth Code Unlocked. I'm AC the Money Guy. I've got my co-host, Dr. Shanann, Huie, the Tax Diva. And, let's start with the big one. The Feds just cut rates for the second time this year. So some call it confidence, others call it concern. And when the Fed drops the rates, your borrowing gets cheaper. The thing to remember is it's not going to necessarily happen overnight. It's kind of a little bit of a delayed reaction with that. It has to kind of make its way through the system. But mortgages, business loans, even credit cards are actually going to get cheaper for everybody. So I guess that's some good news for us that we can expect rates to go down. And that's a strong thing because obviously your dollar goes a little bit further. And we've been dealing with this inflation and just trying to keep up. So I know that'll be a little bit of a relief for us. But it's also a signal that the economy is cooling off, and they're trying to keep things moving while DC argues. So a lot of back and forth, man. You got things held up over the Affordable Care Act. There's a lot of health coverages. They're going to be lost depending on what is done with this shutdown situation. So yeah, man, let's just make sure that we all stay locked in and make sure you check on your friends and your family because everybody's going through a little bit of something right now. If they're not going through it with what's going on in the economy, I've talked to a lot of friends. People are just going through it personally. So meanwhile, with the government shutdown, they're freezing SBA loans and it's stalling small business contracts. And it's leaving federal workers without paychecks. I mean, which is huge. I mean, uh, we all go to work every day, and you're looking for that paycheck, especially when you're working for someone else. I mean, that's one of the reasons that folks often choose to work for someone else is the reliability and the fact that you know that you're gonna get paid. So federal workers, no paychecks, so they're struggling here. But there's some good news here locally. So I guess this plays to both sides of the coin. But locally, um, Atlanta has stepped up to keep the city has halted water cutoffs. So nobody in the city of Atlanta between now and I believe it's the end of January is going to have any utilities disconnected or water disconnected because of what's going on with the shutdown. And they also have halted the evictions during the shutdown to keep residents safe. So I mean, there's two sides to that coin. I mean, you definitely want people to be all right, you know, and it is really terrible when people are affected by things that are outside of their control. Um, but what about those landlords? Um, those landlords may not own those properties free and clear, and they still have to pay the mortgage. The bank is not relieving any mortgage pressure based on what's going on out there. With the shutdown. So, you know, I'm not really sure how I feel about that one because it was a similar thing when COVID happened. We were in a situation where there was a moratorium on eviction, so landlords were not able to evict tenants that were not paying, which is a little bit controversial in my opinion because the tenant's not paying, but again, the landlord still may owe on that property, and they still have mortgages to pay and things of that nature. So, so yeah, definitely, you know, it's tough for everybody. So landlords, you know, we always talk about those 6 months of reserves. We always talk about that capital stack, and I mean, these are some of the reasons why you want to have those type of things in place because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen in Washington. We don't know what's going to happen with the weather. You know, life is just lifing out here. So, you know, it's just something to keep in hand. And, you know, I will give a shout out to the mayor of Atlanta, Mayor Dickinson. Definitely appreciate the community leadership and a reminder that you can't wait on Washington. You got to have your emergency funds. You got to have your reserves, personal and business. It's not a luxury. It's your lifeline because things change quickly, and you know you got to stay on top of it. So that's one of the best ways to protect yourself is to make sure that you're well capitalized, so that you got those reserves in place, you got a good capital stack, your credit's in order, so that if something does happen, you're able to weather the storm. But if you need help building that cushion, you already know who to call. AC the Money Guy. You know, we're here to help you out with that. We're here to help you strategize and plan and figure it out. And you know, the Wealth Code is about building wealth, building generational wealth, building businesses, making smart decisions, and sharing information. So yeah, we want to make sure you guys tune in. We're always sharing some information with you. So Carr Consulting, you know, we're here to help you with your business liquidity, and we're ready for anything from payroll, from working capital to payroll reviews and automations. We help you stay in control, even when the system stalls. So give us a call. You can reach us at 470-478-4045, or you can visit carconsulting.us for your free business health checkup. You know, we're going to just go over some of those simple things, those tools that you're going to use each and every day. Make sure those systems are working properly for you, and make sure that just make sure that you're able to take good care of yourself, you know. So you also can check us out on social media, Carr Consulting on Facebook, Carr_consulting on Instagram, and of course you can search Carr Consulting on LinkedIn as well. So the SNAP benefits are back in the headlines. The Trump administration just raised funding from 50%, which was the funds that were available based on the reserves that were in place. But they went ahead and raised that to cover 65% of the recipients' benefits this month. So I don't know if that means that 65% of people are going to receive those benefits, or everybody's going to receive 65% of what they had going on. So there's a USDA memo and a couple of court orders out there. So there's a whole lot of stuff going on with this. And I mean, that's how people eat, and I mean, we got to eat. That's just part of life. You got to eat. You got to sleep. You got to have some water. You got to have some place to live. And that's a big deal. And I think the other part that people are perhaps not thinking about is the impact on the business owners. Business owners are buying inventory based on what their customers buy, based on forecast and expectations. But again, nobody really saw this coming. So everybody's feeling the pinch, whether you're a business owner, or you're just or whether you're a consumer, or perhaps you're feeling on both sides of it. So we definitely want to look out for your fellow man. I know tomorrow there's a fish fry. And I'll make sure I post the information on my page. But down here in Atlanta, there's a restaurant, and I saved their information. I'm sorry I don't have it in front of me right now, but they're actually doing a free fish fry. They're going to feed like 1,000 people, make sure folks got something to eat. And there's a lot of people really stepping up, and I do appreciate that. I think the one good thing about this is perhaps we're seeing a little bit more of the sense of community, which is what we need in order to really kind of get things in order. We got to care about each other. It's not just about you and your family and you being all right, but we all live together. We're all part of this world. We're all part of this economy, a part of this country, a part of this community. And that's the one good thing that I definitely see about this is I'm seeing people step up and show a little bit more community involvement, showing a little bit more compassion for your fellow man, for your fellow woman. So I know that with that 65%, that's a little bit of a relief for millions of families, but it's temporary. And 2 federal judges ordered that the government to continue payments during the shutdown. State agencies are scrambling. Grocery stores are watching sales swing from week to week. It's just creating a lot of volatility out there, and everybody's trying to figure out how to make up the gap. And this is what we mean by financial empathy, because when federal benefits pause, local economies take a hit. You think about the people who are going to purchase the food, but we probably don't think about the grocery store and how they're purchasing inventory, and then also the scheduling of those employees at the store, which obviously would affect their pay, and then the trickle down effect to the whole supply chain. Because if things aren't moving and people aren't purchasing at the normal rates, things drop off for everyone. And, again, I hate to beat a dead horse, but I'm going to say it again. You always got to build reserves. If a government benefit or grant or contract stops, your lights can't. You still got to cut the lights on. You still got to have some place to live. So, just encourage you guys to work on that. Just be disciplined about it, because just like anything else with finances and just anything else in life in general, it's really about those small steps every single day that's going to lead to those wins. It's not about just knocking a home run out the park. It's not about being able to save 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 at one time. That's great. If you can do that, do it. But it's really about what you can do consistently, week in, week out, month in and month out. So yes. So the PSLF is under fire, the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. So this is the program that wipes out debt for workers after 10 years in public service. So in March, President Trump signed an executive order directing the Secretary of Education to propose revisions saying the PSLF, or the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program, misdirected funds. So there's that's more than 42 million Americans. So that's about 1.7 trillion in student loan debt. Changing the rules now could really crush teachers, nurses, and first responders. I mean, it was a great the public service loan forgiveness program was a great program to help out those people who serve our community and give them a little bit of a benefit to pay off some of those education expenses. But now it's on hold. So make sure you guys take a look at that. Make sure you don't end up getting a late on those student loans and things like that have been held up because of what's going on out here. And just again, everybody's going through it. So just remember that as you're going through your day, everybody's going through something that you don't know about. This segment here is brought to you by Carr Consulting and TaxNet LLC. Make sure you visit us at carconsulting.us or taxnetllc.com. You can also give a call at 470-478-4045 for your free business and tax review. So, one thing that comes up all the time when I talk to business owners, probably the thing they get most excited about what I have to offer is bringing that funding to the table. So I want to put that out there to business owners. There's some great options out there that you can qualify for. Some of them don't require you to show any assets or any documentation. Just going to require a good credit score and a business in good standing. So I would definitely encourage you guys to take a look at that because the thing you want to remember with credit is it's always harder to get it when you need it. So sometimes it's good to take advantage of those lines of credit and those business credit cards that are available. So we got some great things going on with our business credit card stacks. A lot of business owners are benefiting from that. They're qualifying for 18 to 24 months of 0% interest. 0% interest. So in essence, free money. So people are able to use that in any way that they want. Some are consolidating balances from other credit cards that have rates in the teens or in the 20s. And then some are using that to invest into their business. But either way, when you can get money at 0%, you definitely got to take advantage of that because that is not a guarantee. That's for sure. So open enrollment is here, and tax season is right around the corner. So you guys want to make sure that that you take advantage of scheduling some time to plan your taxes, plan out your tax strategy. Go ahead and connect with TaxNet, Dr. Huie. She can help you plan, file, and maximize your deductions. And again, you can always visit taxnetllc.com to go ahead and schedule something. And just as a reminder, it's open enrollment. So it's open enrollment season, and Carr Consulting's licensed advisors can definitely help you with your open enrollment for your business or just through the marketplace for an individual. So we'd be happy to help you with that. You can reach us at 470-478-4045. So there's been all kind of stuff going on. Oh my goodness. So the U.S., the president, President Trump met with the president of China, and they reduced the tariffs on imports from China. So it dropped 10%. 10%. Most people don't get too excited about 10%, but it went from a 57% tariff to a 47% tariff. That's still high. But it's a little bit of relief. It all adds up, just like anything else. You want all those little drops in the bucket. They continue to add up and make a difference. And, you're going to, the recurring theme is here. You got to have that solid capital stack, savings, credit, funding lines, and multiple sources just to stay resilient. You don't know what's going to happen in the future. We don't know what's going to happen. There's no way to predict the future with any certainty. So we just have to prepare the best way that we can. And, that's one of the best ways to prepare. Make sure your credit is good. Make sure you have available credit on your business credit cards, your lines of credit, even the personal credit cards. And make sure you have that cash in hand. Because if anything goes crazy with power or anything like that, and you can't get to the bank, it's good to have some cash in hand. So liquidity is leverage. And that small shift means it's going to be lower prices on some goods and a little breathing room for small businesses who are importing materials. But liquidity is leverage. Don't just have money, have options. So the more you think about this, the more you strategize, the better your options are going to be, and the better prepared you're going to be for when situations like this pop up. So, but I saw something. It was crazy. And one thing about being in the financial industry is as soon as you think you've seen a lot of money or you see a number that you think is a big number, somebody else comes out with a crazy number. So get this, guys. So Google's parent company, Alphabet, they just reported their first ever $100 billion in revenue in one quarter. $100 billion in revenue in a quarter. So that's roughly $100 million in what's that? 100 billion. So that's $30 billion a month. So I mean, huge. And meanwhile, Eli Lilly is cashing in on its obesity and diabetes treatments, and it's sparking a bidding war. Wall Street's winning, but Main Street can win too if you play smart. Don't forget that profits come with tax consequences. So when you're investing and you're growing your savings, growing that revenue, just remember that profits come with tax consequences. So make sure you have a good tax strategist, a good tax planner on your team, so that you can go ahead and manage those things. Make your portfolio tax efficient. Make sure you check in with TaxNet LLC. They're experts in capital gains strategy, and you can always visit them at taxnetllc.com. Right. So in other news, so in Chicago, a federal judge just limited the federal agents' use of force during protest. I mean, we've all been seeing what's been going on. It's been getting a little bit crazy out there. But Judge Sarah Ellis issued an injunction banning excessive force against peaceful protest during an immigration crackdown. DHS called an extreme act by an activist judge. But I mean, we've all kind of seen some of these videos. Some of these guys are just a little bit overzealous and really going a little bit too hard. So there's been more than 1,000 arrests have been made under Operation Midway Blitz, and another judge ordered better conditions at the Broadview Immigration Detention Center. Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about those treatment at those centers and what's going on. So law, order, and justice aren't always the same thing. And the thing to remember is that every policy shift has an economic ripple. So preparations protect your prosperity and what you've been working for. So be encouraged though. It's a lot going on out here. It's tough for everybody, but we're just gonna keep putting one foot in front of the other, and we're gonna get through it. That's for sure. So just again, give people a little bit extra grace. People are very stressed out. People have a lot of things going on right now, and we want to show a little bit of consideration. So if any of you guys have kids, especially small children, you guys have all heard this word that I'm getting ready to say. 6-7. I asked my 11-year-old son, what does it mean? He said it doesn't mean anything. But dictionary.com actually made 6-7 the word of the year. And it's not even a word. That's pretty crazy. But parents, this is a slang viral term that the teens can't stop saying. It just shows you how fast language evolves. Some of the things that we used to say a few years ago, you don't even hear anybody saying that stuff now. So, and these kids come up with their own slang, and I never really thought that I'd be the one who wouldn't quite be in the know. But that's how culture evolves. That's how communication evolves, and but yeah, I thought that was a fun tip there because nobody really knew what it meant. But apparently 6-7 means mid or average or okay. Just so everybody who's my age and above who has kids who are running around yelling 6-7, now we all know what that means. So if you need help prepping your finances, organizing your business, getting your taxes situated, we're here to help you. Carr Consulting is all about building bankable, scalable, exit-ready businesses. So when you think about that, so bankable seems pretty self-explanatory, but we'll just break it down. It just means that you're building your business in a way that's beneficial to you and is going to be favorable to the banks when you need to go get lending, when you need to utilize those financial tools. So, having a bankable business is key, because if your business isn't bankable and you don't have access to the financial products that are available, it just makes it a lot tougher to manage your business, and the next step of that is the 1, 2, 3 combo, so bankable. Scalable is the next thing. And so to build a scalable business, you have to make sure that you're not at the key of everything that goes on in your business. So I see entrepreneurs make this mistake all the time. They build a wonderful business. And when you first start out, it's a hustle. It's a grind. You're doing most things, if not everything, yourself. And it's a grind. It's a hustle. But what happens once you start to generate a little bit of revenue and you kind of get north of a few $100,000 a year and you start approaching that $1 million a year in revenue, you got to really take a look at those systems and redesign them and make sure that you're not at the key or at the center of every single thing, because when you do that, you hinder the growth of your company. You hinder the value of your company, and you hinder the market when you're ready to sell. So those are some things that you definitely want to take a look at. And then as far as being exit ready, we talk about this all the time. Most business owners have no clue what their business is actually worth. They probably can tell you their revenue number, maybe their top line number. Maybe they can tell you what the profit was. They might be able to tell you some of those key figures, but what is that worth to the open market? Because what something is worth to an individual can be quite different from what the market would be willing to pay. So, being exit ready means knowing what your number is, working on that number, having a plan to get the number to where it needs to be. So that's a big hit. We covered a lot of ground today. And I appreciate you guys sticking with me, but we covered the government shutdown. Shout out and prayers to all my military friends and family. Big shout out to all those government workers. I know everybody's trying to figure it out, and I know a lot of people have actually even lost their jobs, and they're apparently not going to have a job when things wrap up. So let's show that human side, and let's take care of each other. Once again, hearts and my thoughts and prayers are with the people of the Caribbean who are dealing with the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. I want to give a big shout out to Auntie Quinja. Auntie, I'm gonna come help you fix the roof. You let me know when King is gonna do it. I'm gonna come on over there and help out. But yeah, it's it's a lot going on. So let's keep that in mind. student loans. So we got people dealing with SNAP benefits. We got people who are dealing with student loan forgiveness issues. But it all connects to one truth: preparation beats panic. So let's be wise. Let's build step by step. Let's not fool ourselves. When things are good, let's put up for when things are bad. And let's plan on that. So the Fed might cut the rates, the courts may clash, but your financial foundation is still your responsibility. And I think we kind of see more than ever that we have to depend on ourselves, and you don't really know what's going to happen out there. And so we want to just keep that in view and just think about that. But again, big shout out to the leadership in the city of Atlanta by halting the water cutoffs and the evictions. That's definitely some compassion in action, because most Americans don't have $1,000 saved. As crazy as that sounds, but most people don't have $1,000 saved. So I appreciate the mayor and the leadership team in the city of Atlanta for doing that. I think that's awesome. And we just want to give a shout out to those people, and prayers going out to everybody, because I know everybody's going through it. So let's keep leading, let's keep learning, and let's keep unlocking the wealth code. So one thing I want to tap in on is just, you guys, make sure you check in with us. It's free to do a business health checkup. It doesn't cost you anything. We'll audit those. We'll take a look at those key business systems that you're using every single day. We'll look at your capital stack. We'll take a look at those financial tools that you're using, and we'll make sure that that you're situated right. Because the advantage of having a consultant is not someone to tell you what to do. You know what to do. It's just someone to help you ask the right questions. So when you ask the right questions, it leads to the right answers. So that's what we do. That's what we're all about. And as an entrepreneur, you guys have to wear so many hats. I mean, all of us entrepreneurs, we know it, we understand it, we live it, we breathe it every single day. But you don't have to do it by yourself. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. So again, I just want to encourage people to build that team around you of those good advisors, of your bankers, consultants, tax advisors, business attorneys. You need all these people in your corner in order to get things going, and just to help keep things organized, because it's a ton of things that a business owner has to look at in order to make things happen. So what we do is we simplify that. We're your unofficial business partner. We're here to help you. We're here to help you grow your business. We're here to help you empower the community, help you to provide jobs, provide opportunities. And that's why we support the small businesses the way we do, because the majority of us in this country work for a small business. It's number one, most employees, they're working for smaller companies. They're not working for these giant publicly traded companies. When you take the grand scheme of things in place, and you look at that. So just want to encourage you guys to keep leading, keep learning, and just keep unlocking your wealth code. And we're here to help you. And reach out. There's a lot of beautiful things going on in the community, and I want to put that out there too. If you have something going on in the community, we want to know about it. We want to share that information with our audience. It's all about connecting, and us. We're so connected that we're disconnected now. So maybe we need to spend a little bit more time talking to real people instead of just looking at those friends that we have online and things of that nature. Like, let's get outside this week. Let's go meet some people. Let's talk to some people. Show some kindness. Whatever you can do to help out, whether that's people in your family or in your community, do that. It's we're all in this together, and we got to stick together. That's the only way that this works. So I definitely appreciate you guys tuning in with me this week. This week was a little bit of a shorter show, but I appreciate you guys so much. Make sure that you check us out. Follow us at the Wealth Code Unlocked. Follow me at Carr_consulting on Instagram and Carr Consulting on Facebook. And make sure you take a look at the Carr Consulting Facebook page, or excuse me, the YouTube page, where you'll be able to see the replays of all the Wealth Code Unlocked episodes. And you'll also be able to gain other information. We put a lot of great stuff out there just to help business owners be more successful and build those businesses that you want to build, not just financially successful, but also just well organized, marketable, profitable, bankable, scalable, exit ready businesses. That's what it's all about. So I 100% want to thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys email me those questions of what you guys are thinking about, what you guys are seeing out there in the community, what's going on, what's changing, because this is all about us. This is a platform to share information so that we all can benefit from information that was not readily available to us. And we just want to make sure that people have access to it. But the thing that you got to remember is knowledge is only power if you put it in action. It's only theory if you just, you can get smart and you can learn all kind of cool things and all that good stuff. But until you put any of those things in practice, it's just theory, and there's no real value to it. So put that knowledge in practice, put it to work, put some of those principles in place, do some different things, and especially small business owners, now with open enrollment, especially those folks with under 50 employees, you're not required to offer a medical plan directly, a major med plan through your company if you have less than 50 employees. However, there are some really, really amazing things that you are able to offer as voluntary benefits. So if you don't have a benefit offering, or you have a benefit offering that's a little bit weaker than what you would like to present, we can for sure help you with that. So contact us so we can talk to you a little bit about the voluntary benefits. And I guess I'll take a few minutes now and we'll chat about that. Voluntary benefits are wonderful for business owners, small business owners. That's probably one of the best ways and the easiest ways to provide some type of protection for your employees. Voluntary benefits do not require a certain amount of participation, and the employer can contribute some monies, or they can let the employees pay for that themselves. So they have the option of how they want to how they want to proceed with that. So the big plus on it is it's a tax benefit for both sides of the coin. So it's going to reduce the employer's payroll taxes, whatever the employees contribute to that, or whatever benefits the employees purchase, is going to reduce the payroll taxes on that taxable income. And it's also going to reduce the taxable income for the employees, because their net pay is going to be a little bit less because of those benefits. So some examples of that are life insurance, accident policies. So you can be covered. You can be covered if something happens. And they're very inexpensive, for $30-$40 a month, maybe a little bit more. Your employees can get a handful of coverages that can really protect them, that don't cost them a lot. And see, those are the type of things that people look at, that make people want to work with your company, because obviously people are looking at pay, but one of the things that you also got to look at is the total benefit offering. So if someone's paying more than your company's paying, it's kind of easy for someone to make a decision to go leave and try that next opportunity that's paying a little bit more. But one way to insulate that and one way to protect yourself and protect your employees is to offer some benefits, those voluntary benefits or major med if you're in a position to be able to do that. And I've seen a lot of business owners and entrepreneurs have success with that because what they do is instead of giving the employees a raise, they give them a benefit. So it's not so easy to compare apples to apples when they're thinking about making a transition to another company, and there's no guarantee that the other company is going to have those same type of benefits and services that are available at your company. So that's a great way to separate yourself from the competition. But more than that, it's just the right thing to do. It doesn't cost you anything as an employer to offer that to your employees, and it's just the right thing to do. I mean, you want to provide them access. You want to provide them access to whatever kind of benefits that you can, because those are the things that people remember, and that's what makes them want to work at your company versus the other company. Some of those non-tangible things like the corporate culture and just the way that you operate your business, those are things that really help to differentiate yourself. So less than 30% of businesses, small businesses, have any type of benefit plan in place, including those voluntary benefits. So I encourage you guys to take a look at that because number one, doesn't cost you anything. Number two, it's going to reduce your taxes. And number three, it's going to help your employees. Because they don't have access to those benefits. So if they don't have access through those various insurance coverages through work, a lot of people will just not have it. And so I encourage you all to take a look at that and just do the right thing for your employees, and it's the right thing for your bottom line as well. So when those things line up, where it's the right thing for the employees, the right thing for the company, the right thing for the business, and the right thing for the bottom line, it's just one of those things that makes sense. So I want to definitely put that out there. I know we're coming up on the fourth quarter, so people are really we're in the fourth quarter, a few days in now. Retail in particular and other businesses, it's a whole lot of uncertainty out here. So I encourage you again to take a good look at that capital stack. Let's take a look at it for you. And let's see what we can do for you. Let's see if you could benefit from a 0% interest credit card. If you're carrying any type of balance on your business debt, that's a great tool to refinance it because I don't know where you're going to get a rate lower than zero. So I definitely encourage you to take advantage of that and to look into that. And of course, the business valuation's huge. You're going into the next year. Wouldn't it be great to start the year off knowing exactly what your company is worth, knowing exactly what that would sell for on the secondary market, and you can see how far away from your goal you are. Maybe you're killing it. Maybe you're past your goal. But it's good to know. It's good to know those things because it's just a heartbreaking statistic that 70% of the businesses, small businesses, profitable small businesses, just close their doors. They just shut down. And the reason they shut down, number one, will probably be the kids don't want the business. They want the money that you made. They want the cars. They want the houses. They want all that stuff, but they don't want the business. And when the children don't want the business and the business was not set up to be attractive to an investor, those are the type of situations that just cause for those doors to close. Second thing is business owners are not taking care of their paperwork and staying on top of their financials. So your business profit and loss statement, doing your taxes right. Okay. If you write off everything, you're not going to qualify for anything because to the bank, you look like you don't have any money. So do your business taxes right. And just have those financials in order, and be able to look at those things, because that's going to give you tools to grow your business. Because if you don't know your numbers, you don't know what your key performance indicators are, you don't know those things that you need to take advantage of, how could you possibly focus on actually growing the business? If not, you're just showing up every day and hoping that more people come in the door this week than came in last week. And hope is not a strategy. So make sure you guys take care of that, because it just doesn't make any sense that someone builds a great business that the community loves and is there for years and years and years, maybe even decades, serving the business, serving the community, just for it all to shut down. And the last reason that they don't sell is because, well, I would say that the business owners have a tough time knowing who to sell it to. But you also just have to make that business marketable. So you want to set it up to where an investor would not have to come and work in there every day in order to run that business. And so you want to set your business up with systems and processes, because it's just going to help you run a better business. Not only is it going to help you make more money, have happier employees and all that good stuff, but it's going to help you to actually have a life. So many of my friends that are business owners, a lot of them, their business is their life. And I mean, we all will, our business is kind of like our kids. We'll do almost anything for it. But it doesn't have to be that way. I would do anything for my kids. I get up in the middle of the night for them. I do anything. I lay down my life for them. But you don't want to have to do those things, especially if you can prevent that stuff. So, just a reminder about those things. Oh, before I forget, big shout out to the 14 and under. Big shout out to the 14 and under Old National Knights. Coach Terry over there, and my nephew Gianni, and all the boys. Looking forward to seeing you guys on Saturday there in the championship. And let me tell you something, these kids are amazing. They give me life just being out there on the field with them. And I just want to give a big shout out to the 14 and under Old National Knights. I'll be out there at the park this evening. I definitely will see you guys on Saturday. Let's go ahead and get that next win. And I look forward to seeing you boys in the championship. I love the kids. What can I say? I love sports. I love the kids. So tonight we talked about a whole lot. So keep leading, keep learning, keep unlocking the wealth code, keep growing. And remember, we're here to help you. So we want to help you to stay physically wealthy, spiritually wealthy, mentally wealthy, and of course, wealthy in your pocket. So thank you for joining me this week. I definitely appreciate you guys' time, and make sure you join us next week. We'll be here the same time. That's 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Thursday on ATL Talks on the iHeartRadio app. You can listen to us. So that's ATL Talks. So make sure you download that iHeartRadio app. You can listen to us in the car. You can listen to us at home. You can listen to us on your cell phone. But we definitely appreciate that. Thanks for joining this week. We'll be back next week with more great information to help you keep unlocking the wealth code. So remember, if you guys need help with anything, you have any questions about business lending, business funding, business insurance, your business taxes, please feel free to schedule that free consultation. We'll be glad to sit down and talk with you, set those up for you, and walk you through it. The thing about Carr Consulting that sets us aside apart from the competition is all of our customers are VIP. And so when you have a smaller company and you go to these financial service providers, you go to the banks, you go to these insurance companies, you go to whoever, the payroll companies, you go to get business or do business with them. Sometimes they they don't really treat the small business owner the way that they should, because you don't have a whole bunch of employees. You're not doing a ton of revenue. Your insurance spend is not some crazy number. But the thing to remember is when you're at Carr Consulting, you're always a VIP. Every last one of our customers is a VIP, not only with us, but with the vendors that we do business with, because our vendors understand that our relationship with our clients is the key and is paramount. And so even though you may have a smaller company, you're still going to get that VIP service, because they know that it's a book of businesses that we have some influence over where they place those business services. So we just want to encourage you to get that help, because when it comes down to things like insurance, and it comes down to certain lending products and things of that nature, most of that stuff is paid on the back end, and a lot of it's not paid by the business owner on the front end. So, like, for example, your insurance policy, some of you may be familiar with this, but you can change your broker of record. And what that means when you change your broker of record is that's the broker that would help you with any customer service issues, but it's also the broker that gets paid the commission on your policy. So if you have a insurance broker who's not taking good care of you, who you have no idea who this person is, feel free to give us a call. We'll be happy to help you with that, because insurance is one of the things that people forget to take a look at as their business grows. You have X amount of insurance based on where you are today, based on the employees, based on the equipment, based on the real estate, based on all of those things. But if you don't periodically review that, and I suggest reviewing that at least once a year, sometimes twice a year, what happens is you end up in a situation where you're underinsured, and that's a situation none of us want to be in. So being underinsured means that your policy limits could not cover a complete loss. So, which means that if something happened and you had a loss in your business that exceeded your policy limits, you're gonna have to pay the rest of that out of your pocket. So, you wanna use that in that policy to protect you from just things that may happen. It protects you against litigation. It protects you against someone suing you for slander. There's a lot of benefits to that, and so you want to make sure that those coverages are in place so that you can take care of yourself and take care of your team. So again, everybody keep your heads up out there. I know it's tough. We all going through it, but we're gonna get through it. We're gonna get on the other side of this. This too shall pass. So show love to your fellow man, your fellow woman, and let's make sure that we keep sharing this information. If you guys are finding value in this show and finding value in the information that we're sharing here, please like, share, comment, let your friends know, text them the link to the iHeartRadio app for the show. Send them the clip to the show, send them, ask them to follow and check it out, because we're here for the community. There's far too much wealth that's generated in our community that just leaves. It comes in one hand and it goes right out the other, because we don't take time to focus on doing business with other businesses in our community. And I mean, that is the economic power base, because once you have your business, businesses employ people, and when we rock the streets, when we build strong businesses and strong communities, it gives us more leverage when it comes down to just making sure that things go the way that we need for them to go in the community. So thank you again for tuning in. I'm AC the Money Guy. You can connect with me at carconsulting.us, CARRCONSULTING.US. You also can give us a call at 470-478-4045. You can text or call that number. we'll be happy to connect with you. We're available on social media. You can visit our YouTube channel, Facebook, and or Instagram. But we're definitely here to help you. Carr Consulting is here to help you unlock that working capital, payroll, and insurance solutions, helping you build those bankable, scalable, exit-ready businesses. So thank you again for joining us for another exciting episode of the Wealth Code Unlocked. We got a surprise for you next week. Make sure you tap in with us. That's 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, every single Thursday. And I'm your host, AC the Money Guy. And we're here unlocking this wealth code one combination at a time.